There was a time in my life when I believed that effort always paid off, that if you showed up with sincerity, with love, with loyalty, the world would return the same, that people would treat you the way you treat them, that life would reward the good heart. But life doesn't always work that way. I learned that lesson the hard way, not once, not twice, but over and over again, until the hope inside me dimmed. I gave too much to too many. I stood by people who wouldn't have even noticed if I disappeared. I answered calls at 3 a.m. for friends who never asked if I made it home okay. I forgave betrayal after betrayal just because I didn't want to become cold like them. But every time I got back up, life, or someone in it, found a new way to knock me down again. It started small. Someone I trusted shared my secrets. Someone I loved chose someone else. Someone I depended on vanished when I needed them most. And every time I told myself, it's okay, be strong. Not everyone is the same, but I was lying. I was lying to keep the version of me alive, the one who still believed in people. You know what's worse than being hurt? Being hurt by someone you fought to keep, someone you made space for in your life, your heart, your future, and they couldn't even make time for you. I started seeing patterns. The more I gave, the less I received. The more I stayed loyal, the faster they took me for granted. One day I sat on my bed, phone in hand, staring at another message I should have never answered. And I felt it, that heaviness, the weight of every disappointment, every letdown, every unanswered call, every cold shoulder. It was all sitting on my chest. That was the moment I knew. I wasn't just tired, I was burnt out. Not physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. My flame, the fire that once made me so full of life, passion, love, was barely there. And it wasn't one event that did it. It was the collection, the accumulation, the pattern, disappointment after disappointment, failure after failure, broken promise after broken promise. It killed the version of me that still believed. I stopped writing back. I stopped trying to fix everything. I stopped explaining myself to people who never really listened. I started protecting my energy like it was gold, because it is. I stopped expecting people to show up like I do. I stopped chasing love that made me feel unworthy. I stopped watering friendships that only bloomed when they needed something. And people noticed. They said I changed, became distant, colder, harsher, but they didn't see the nights I cried, the silence I sat in, the 1,000 times I had to rebuild myself alone. They didn't see what it cost me to keep showing up, what it cost me to keep loving, even when it hurt. So yes, I changed, because I had to, because if I didn't, I would have lost myself. Now, I protect my peace with everything I've got. I don't apologize for putting myself first. I don't give energy to people who drain me. I don't wait for anyone to choose me anymore, because I choose me. I rebuilt myself from the ashes they left behind. Stronger, wiser, colder maybe, but freer. And maybe one day I'll let my guard down again. Maybe someone will come who makes me believe again. But until then, I'll be here, quiet, healed, and whole. No longer burning for people who never brought warmth to my life. Because I've learned, not every flame deserves to be kept alive.